the team week in, week out for Indiana, and it's really an incredible story for Cole Weaver. He overcame an orbital eye fracture and a broken femur his freshman year to come back on the mat last season. Didn't have great success last year, but was just good to be back on the mat. And this year he has really felt more like himself and has exploded to a really, really good season, ranked nationally and should be heading to the NCAAs.
Yeah, Weaver having a huge breakout season for the Hoosiers. He's 20-8 on the year and is tied with Devin Skatsko for the team lead in pins with 6.
Yeah, and Weaver and Skatsko are good friends. They go hunting pretty regularly. They like hunting duck and waterfowl.
Well, that's the kind of camaraderie you like to see on a wrestling team.
As Weaver still has that metal rod in his leg from when he broke his femur. He said he still notices it every once in a while, but for the most part, he doesn't think about it at all when he's wrestling.
And clearly hasn't been holding him back as far as he's having the best season of his career by far this year. As last year, as you mentioned, was not up to his standards as he went 11-18 last season. Really struggled as a redshirt sophomore, but like we mentioned, this year he's really come to his own.
Yeah, and that was really because last season as he goes for a shot, they're going for a single leg, trying to turn it into a high crotch. He wasn't fully healthy last year. He was still recovering from the broken femur, and Coach Dwayne Goldman noticed that also. He's just been more like himself as he's able to get the takedown and get the early lead.
Now, as highlighted in the open, this is one of 4 rematches that we're going to see this year, as this was the rematch from last season's meet when Indiana won 23-14. Cole Weaver defeated Alec McKenna last time out 8-2, which helped give Indiana the lead that they never relinquished.
Yeah, and but this is a different Northwestern team this year, as we have seen already, as it's 9-0 in favor of the Wildcats so far.
And after a quick takedown, looks like Cole Weaver looking to try and follow Garrett Pepple's method and establish some riding time.
Yeah, it's a lot more effective, though. We already have the 2 takedown points. It's when you're wrestling from ahead instead of behind.
Yeah, this time Cole Weaver trying to get Indiana on the board here as they've fallen behind early, 9-0 to start things out.
Weaver looks a little indecisive right now. He's not sure what he wants to go with to try to turn McKenna here. Now he's finally trying to lock the hands, but it sets McKenna taking advantage of that not being able to make up his mind there. Weaver able to turn him back to the mat, though.
Good job there by McKenna to try and drag Weaver's foot out of bounds so he can try and reestablish a position and try and get back on track here.
Yeah, Weaver was indecisive, and McKenna almost took advantage of it into an escape.
Now, Cole Weaver has faced 3 consecutive ranked opponents heading into this matchup in 4 of his last 5. And he's lost 2 in a row to Nate Limix of Purdue and Mike Carr of Illinois. And against Illinois, he was leading Carr for most of the matchup, including a 5-1 lead entering the 3rd period. However, Carr was able to sneak back in and steal a victory away from Weaver, including a late takedown to put the nail in the coffin.
Weaver was also in the Lemix match for most of that match, also only ended up losing 4-2. Had a chance to win it at the end, but was unable to finish him off.
Yeah, Nate Limix was playing good defense at that point as Weaver was diving for his legs repeatedly at the end, but Weaver was not able to get the takedown to tie it up.
As now McKenna's trying to eat away at that riding time, perhaps turn Cole Weaver and get some momentum going in this match. Weaver was in a very bad spot there for a second.
He was able to flip McKenna out.
Yeah, being on your butt, other than being on your back, it may be the worst spot that you could be in when you're wrestling.
Yeah, you really don't have the advantage of having your legs to use to try and push yourself out of there, as Weaver's able to make his way to the boundary and able to force a break.
Did a really good job of quickly turning back to his stomach, though, preventing any back points that could have come out of that.
Yeah, and despite his efforts, McKenna's still not on the scoreboard, despite the fact that he has mainly been in control for much of the 2nd period, as he gets a quick wrap around on Weaver. He was trying to slip out, but McKenna's now trying to dig his face into the mat.
Yeah, he's trying a little bit of a backpack there by sealing his legs up against Weaver's. As McKenna really in the same position that Gary Pepple was in last match, where he's trying to wear down Cole Weaver, build up some riding time, perhaps get him to turn, even though he's trailing 2-0 after Weaver had the early takedown.
Yeah, very similar situation to last match that we saw from Peppel, as McKenna, despite the fact that he's trailing 2-0, is trying to eat into that riding time. And while Peppel did win the overall riding time, he was trailing by too much, and it was a little bit too little too late for him.
As McKenna's trying to change his fortunes, unlike what Gary Peppel was able to do previously.
Riding time is completely flipped and is now in favor of McKenna after over a minute being established for Weaver. So the second round, as we head under about 15 seconds to go, has really been done by McKenna.
To get a potentially dangerous.
And here we're going to get a look at Weaver's takedown, which is much of the score right there, as not only did he bring him down, but he was able to keep a foot in bounds for a split moment until being dragged out of play.
So that was actually the mat return from earlier when as Weaver hits a big escape.
Yeah, big escape point there for Cole Weaver as he builds up to a 4-0 lead as time is set to expire on the second period.
That makes it 4-0 in favor of Weaver.
The option to start, and looks like McKenna is going to start in the opposition. Interesting decision here, as he won't have the opportunity for an escape point, and Weaver, should he be able to break his grasp, can build out a quick 5-0 lead, which would be close to insurmountable at this stage the way these two have been going.
Yeah, I'm surprised that McKenna wouldn't start either down, as you said, or start in neutral in a spot where he could try to get a takedown. And this is his only chances to turn Cole Weaver, which he hasn't really had any success doing so far in this match.
Yeah, Weaver's done a good job of keeping his back away from the mat at this point, and McKenna really his only chance at this point right now, based on the way things have been going and the way he's pushing Weaver's face to the ground right now, is trying to score a near fall or a quick pin.
He was going for a crossface, McKenna, then decided to go over crossbar. He doesn't really know what he can do because Weaver's been really good at just staying on his stomach and not letting him get a good hold of him.
Yeah, Weaver seems like he, after a little bit of indecision early in this match, has kind of figured out a plan here, and it's really worked to perfection as he gets a quick escape there from McKenna. Great quickness there out of Cole Weaver.
Yeah, that was a very quick release and a very nice sweep of the leg to keep McKenna from grabbing it. And now Cole Weaver's completely in control, looking for a major decision.
Yeah, it seemed there that the minute the whistle blew, Weaver was out of the hold. It seemed like McKenna wasn't quite ready when Weaver slipped out.
Weaver trying to end his two-match losing streak, both of them against ranked opponents, and he's going for a single leg there.
Weaver able to keep position underneath and is able to escape with about 43 seconds to go in the third period. Weaver trying to get the Hoosiers on the board for the first time this afternoon.
Only thing left in doubt is if Weaver can make this a major decision, as he needs to circle back around.
Looks like he's going for it. They're going to award him a 2-point takedown as he builds up to a 7-0 lead.
That was a great counter there from Weaver. McKenna with a lazy shot, and Weaver was just able to throw him on the ground, circle around, and get the 2-point takedown.
Looks like he's going to ride it out for the remainder of the period as we approach under 10 seconds to go remaining in the third. And it looks like Weaver is going to come away with this one and get Indiana on the board for the first time this afternoon.
Hoosiers got close with Gary Peppel, but Cole Weaver, Indiana's best wrestler all season, proves why again today with the 7-0 victory.
And that is the 21st victory of the year for the redshirt junior from Hudson, Michigan, as Indiana is now on the board. It is now 9-3 in favor of Northwestern.